decided to write something down. And this morning in Shul we read the Torah for when we were here for Shacharis for Purim, and part of that parsha, we read about Amalek, and in the parsha it says, "Remember what Amalek did to you as you came forth from Egypt, how he encountered you on the way down, cut down all the weak who straggled behind you." Although the name of Amalek refers to a nation that actually existed, it also describes a character trait within ourselves. Just as Amalek stood in direct opposition to the Jewish people, the trait symbolized by Amalek defies the very foundations of our divine service. The Midrash explains that the Hebrew word korcho, he encountered you, could also be rendered as he cooled you off. Amalek represents the cool rationality which makes us question everything we do or we experience. To achieve complete service to God, we must transcend our own intellectual limitations. Therefore, before the Jewish people received the Torah, they declared, Na'asa v'nishma, we will do and we will listen. We will do refers to the desire to carry out God's will, and we will listen to the effort to understand God's commandments intellectually. By proclaiming we will do before we will listen, our ancestors implied that they would fulfill God's will without hesitation or doubt, whether they understood it or not. By the same token, our commitment to Torah must at all times leap beyond the limits of our understanding. A commitment of this magnitude is challenged by our internal Amalek, which tells us, by all means, to accept the Torah, but wait, consider carefully what you want to study, precisely which mitzvahs you want to do, and don't bite off too much more than you can chew. Within this context, we understand that the numerical equivalence between Amalek and the word Safek, the Hebrew word for doubt. Amalek causes doubt and hesitation, which cools the ardor of our divine service. Victory in our inner war with Amalek means devoting ourselves to God's service without reservation, observing Torah with diligence and enthusiasm that are not confined by reason. In the story of Purim, Mordecai and Esther showed complete and unquestioning commitment to God's will, even when challenged by the most severe conditions. Voices from without, and by a smoothly spoken Amalek from within, which insinuates doubt and hesitation into our lives. Only through Kabbalas Or, accepting God's sovereignty with a simple and unquestioning commitment, can we overcome these obstacles and further our service to God. And just as in the time of Purim, when Kabbalas Or brought light and joy, gladness and honor to the Jewish people, so in our time will bring success and blessings and enhance our status in the world. May God strengthen us all so that we may erase all doubts and do all within our power to bring God's divine presence down to earth.
I know the main parts of it, but if anybody has something that they can help me out with the rest. We know in general in the Torah there's no extra words or letters, and anything that seems extra is really not extra. You can learn something from it. It's very interesting when we read the 10 names of Haman tonight. In the Chumash, if you look, it has these small letters. In Parsh Dasa, there's a Taf. There's a small Taf. There's a small Shin, and there's a small Zay. Familiar with this? So help me out the parts. Okay. So, and then it says that they hung the 10 sons of Haman, and then they ask again, you should hang the 10 sons of Haman. So we know it says it twice. They already said it once. So I have to say it again. So it's a very interesting thing that happened. At the Nuremberg trials, I'm not sure what year it was.
It was 1946.
1946.
Tufshin Zion.
It was this year, Tufshin Zion. The small letters spell out Tufshin Zion, which is the second year in 1946. There were 11 Nazis on trial. One committed suicide the day before, and 10 were hung. One of them, when he was being hung, I don't remember which one. Stryker called out Purim Fest 1946 before he was hung. So we can now see what this means. So the letters spell out the year, and the fact that there were 10 sons of Haman, they asked twice to be hung. The original ones were hung then. The second set was hung in 1946. So that's but if we question that there's something extra in the Megillah, all those hundreds of years or thousands of years in between, if people would say, oh, what's that there for? It doesn't make sense. Well, we see everything always makes sense in Torah, and this is one of the proofs. So certainly on Purim,
Oh my God.